Good evening all. What's today? Saturday. I've just completely lost it. It's Saturday today. Quite a dry day today. Not too cold. Had a good walk this morning with the boys, all the boys. So it was pretty good. What have I done today? Not an awful lot. Done a bit of paperwork again. Made a couple of phone calls this morning, checking up. Dropped off some jigsaws to an old lady friend in the village. She'd rung me to say she'd finished one of the jigsaws I'd done. I seem to be the jigsaw lady in the village. I've got about 10 here. People give me jigsaws and they say I don't want them back. So I've got a bit of a library of jigsaws. So I quite enjoy doing them. Mostly funny ones though. And then a friend of mine brought down some. She'd got 4 or 5, 2 or 3 that were unopened and said she'd have them back at some point, but I'd be quite welcome to open them and do them. And she brought me down one of those boards, which was really lovely. You can do it on the board and then close it up and put it away if you want to, because I've always done it on the table. As I say, I think I've said before, and I'd put a tablecloth over when anybody ever came. So that was quite good. That was lovely. So I gave her choice of some of my jigsaws I'd had back from other people. So she took a couple, thrilled to bits, had a little chat, shouting from my car and from her front door. What else did I do? Nothing else, I think. Took the dogs out this afternoon and saw a friend in the field, and we had a long distance chat. She was going off up the church with her little boy. She's in the WI with me, so we've got a committee meeting on Monday, so we were discussing that before Monday, a Zoom meeting, and we've got a meeting week after next. We were both saying we don't know what, we usually have a speaker, a Zoom speaker, but she said, I don't know what we're doing in January, so I said, no, nor do I, perhaps we'll know on Monday, so that was the discussion about that. When I called in to collect the dogs this morning, my friend said to me, do you like nuts? I said, yes. She said, well, I can't eat them anymore. So she gave me a big bag of mixed nuts and sultanas and raisins. I said, well, thank you very much. And she said, and a bag of chestnuts. So she said her husband decided he wanted chestnuts for Christmas. And she said, then said to her that, yes, I don't want those anymore. I'm not interested. So she gave them to me, so I've just put 4 in the oven, and I put my jacket potato in the oven, and I've just put 4 in the oven and pricked them, put holes in them to see whether they roast, because no fire. So I thought I'll see how that goes, because I love chestnuts, and I love them roasted. So do you remember when we used to get them, when we went shopping up in London, there used to be the brazies on the side of the road, and they used to have hot chestnuts. So I'm hoping they might work. I've put 3 in the oven, see what happens. Probably hear them bang in a minute. Talking about banging, New Year's Eve, I decided, I wasn't going to stay up. Well, I don't know how, or why, or I can't remember whether I was watching a film, but I did stay up to watch Graham Norton. I'm a fan of Graham Norton's shows. So I watched his Graham Norton show, and then I thought, well, I'm going to go to bed. I'm not waiting up. So I took the boys out across the road, and that was fine. Came back and I was just getting ready for bed. There was a terrific bang. And of course they went mad at the window. Bark, 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 bark. So I calmed them down, and then there was another bang, and they went rushing out the garden barking. And of course fireworks. And I have a quivering mess with one of them. He can't cope with it. Dreadful. So this went on until gone midnight, fireworks. And in the end, I thought, it's so close, where are they? So I went out the back, out of my door, and they were in the pub garden across the road, the family there, they were having fireworks in their garden. Of course, the pub's not open, so they were having fireworks in the garden. You could hear them all laughing, and the noise. I mean, I love fireworks, but they were so close. And my poor Branston, he was just a quivering mess. So I thought, right, well, I'm going to get to bed, and I'll have the dogs in bed with me, and if I can have him underneath the covers, so he's nice and safe and secure if he's okay. Well, of course, every time there was a bang, he rushed out from the covers into the hall, bark, 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 and then came running back, shivering and quivering, and I'd get him back under the covers. Went on till about 10 past, 12:15. So I sat up in bed reading and dealing with these two dogs. Bang, 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 bark, bark, bark. So it quietened down, I say, about 12:15, so then I settled down. So I did see the new year in. Well, I didn't, and I did. I was awake and I was up. And then in the next morning, my daughter rang me from up north and she said, did you see New Year in? I said, yeah. She said, wasn't it lovely? I said, what do you mean? So she said, well, did you see, the programme? I said, no, I didn't see the programme as I went to bed. I said, no. So she said, oh, it was beautiful. You have to see it. She said it was done the fireworks were done over, I suppose, London Bridge. She said, you have to have a look. It was done by a drone. I said, no. I thought, oh, never gave it a thought. I should have done. So, and again, I've forgotten about it. I must do it, see if I can pick it up on catch-up or something. She said it was lovely. So wish me Happy New Year. And I asked them how they were and what they were doing. They were doing nothing much. But I got invited up to my bubble yesterday. So I had a lunch with my daughter, Christmas lunch. She did a turkey and all the trimmings. And I went up about 1:15 and I left, I suppose, about 3:20, because I just like to be back in daylight, and of course I want to be home to walk the dogs in daylight. But saying that, today I noticed that it didn't get dark until about 4:20. So the nights are lightening, because the other day it was about 3:50. I suppose it depends on whether it's a wet and miserable day, but it seemed to be a lot later today, so I'll sort of watch it tomorrow and see whether it's, we are getting a bit later, because it'd be really good if we're getting later days. Went to the bins today, tried to ram everything in. Everybody else, of course, because the bins, we've got 3 bins for 6, well, the 5 flats in the house and me in the bungalow, so it's really crucial. So I was smashing everything down, trying to get them in all the bins, because the bin men come Monday, hopefully. I don't know whether they did come this Monday, perhaps it was Tuesday they came, but we're a little bit behind. But it's not too bad, they're very good with us. Normally, you've got 1 week of household and 1 week of recycling. Well, with us, they take everything at once, because we've only got 1 household bin for the 6 of us. So, and if we want another one, because I've been in touch with the council, if we want another one, it's going to cost us £45, £65 to get another bin. But if we want a recycling bin, they give it to us for free. But if we want a household bin for household rubbish, we have to pay for it. So I thought, well, yes, I know what's going to happen. I'll pay for it, and I won't get the money back from them. You'll see me going around all the flats saying, can you give me £15? 2 of the flats are rented. They're not going to do that. So we haven't got another household bin. Somebody left behind an old dustbin at one point. So when it's the household bin's full, I put it in the dustbin and put it in front, and the dustmen empty it. So that's a bit of a help. But I think that I don't know why they don't do a separate bin, because when we started getting this recycling a few years ago, I used to put all the bottles, we had a big crate, and I used to put all the bottles in the crate so that they left more room in the bin. And that worked. Everybody was putting the bottles and glass bottles in the crate, and it was good, because it freed up some of the bins. And then one day, the crate wasn't there, and bin man had taken the crate as well. So I thought, can I be bothered ringing up the council and saying, my crate's gone? So until I find another receptacle somebody leaves behind, it all goes in the bin now. So, and of course I have to put little notices out. I'm the Wicked Witch of the Neighbours. I have to put little notices out saying, please break down the cardboard boxes before you put them in the bin. Because they, you know, the rented people just chuck the boxes in. And of course that takes up half a bin, doesn't it? So I always think, could you break down the boxes? I bet they love me. So that's about it. Had a saw on a little message saying up north, my daughter was saying there's a flurry of snow up there, and then I noticed that in Crawley, my family said there's a flurry of snow there. But then when I said to somebody else, oh, I see you've got a flurry of snow where you are, and she said, no, not me. So it was obviously a flurry of snow in one area of Crawley, but not in the other. So I'm hoping we're not going to get any snow. As much as it looks lovely and I love it, it's beautiful. It's difficult walking the dogs and going out in the car. Not that I'm going out much, but, you know, if we do have to go out. Well, of course I am at the moment because I'm having to walk these other dogs for my friend who's shielding. So she said to me today, she doesn't know whether it's going to finish tomorrow when her husband gets the test or whether she's got to shield until he goes to the hospital on Wednesday. So I might be walking the dogs until Wednesday. But if it's snowy, she won't want me to take them out because being little Scotties are very low to the ground, and it means that they get balls all on their fur, so she won't want me to do that. So it'll be good in one way, but not in another. So that's about it for today. Can't think of anything else. Just waiting for my dinner to cook, my jacket potatoes to finish. Don't know what's on telly tonight. I might sort of start the new jigsaw. See how I get on starting with that. I can't even remember. Oh, it's a flower shop, isn't it? A car on a flower shop. So I might put the edges in. But otherwise, I'll speak to you soon. Good night all.